Oh shit.
Damn. Yeah, that was deadly. Hey guys, Everseen here. So I ended up dying on my Bloodmage, unfortunately. A little bit pissed about that. Basically, I was just doing a really rippy Waystone drop chance thing to get multiple Crisis Fragments from a Citadel. I ran a map with like haste, 2 damage mods, increased explicits. I mean, the boss was just giga hasted. I tried to pause before he did his scythe move, but basically, the way that the clip works is that I was actually dead server-wise before his animation was even complete. So, I don't know, just buggy death too. Like, I probably could have saved myself there. Anyway, that guy's dead. That's fine. But I did make some changes to the character, so we'll go over them. And then I actually farmed so much gear, I was actually able to do another Blood Mage, because I want to re-roll this build. I think it was super fun. And the new patch is coming, so I want to farm a bunch of stuff with this character. And yeah, I'd probably want to try like a Deadeye next or something, but for now I'm just doing the same build. We have so much gear from this. So let's go on this guy and I'll show you just a couple of changes I made to the build, and we're going to go over like a bunch of different things that I've tried since my video, and like maybe some things that might help you guys. So first things first is I ended up getting new gloves. These ones actually have 2 elemental damage rolls plus life, really hard to get. It's very good for the build though, because those elemental damage rolls, because of blood barbs, are basically getting converted to physical damage for our bleed magnitude, right? So that's giving us a lot of damage. I ended up getting +1 melee skills on it as well as crit damage bonus. I was really lucky. The +1 melee is like really good for Rake and Blood Hunt. That's one thing that I've been trying to do. I've actually crafted an amulet with +3 melee skills that I'm going to use on my other guy, so that's nice. I didn't put my like good amulet on this guy. But yeah, so plus level melee skills is actually really strong, and I'm just going to show you right now. So here's Blood Hunt on PoE2 DB, and basically at level 20, we've got 381 percent. Oh, that's area of effect, my bad. This is the number. 487 is the amount of attack damage. So if we go up here, you can see attack damage 100 to 487. So level 20 is a 487. Now if we go to 24, because that's ideally what I'm going to be at with my, like if I had a +1 gloves and a +3 amulet, we would be at 713, which is actually like almost double the amount of attack damage. And then even further, if you 6 links and the what's it called there, level 20 skill gems are super common now, so you could actually even like I tried to do Blood Hunt like 7 or 8 times to get the +1, like corrupting it to get the +1 level. I actually didn't end up getting it, but I'll probably try and do it for the second character that I'm doing now. But yeah, like we could get a level 25 Blood Hunt, which would be 784% attack damage versus 487. So I know that Blood Hunt has a stipulation of deal whatever the blood loss is as additional unscalable physical attack damage. So I think that the unscalable part is baked into like the 487. So yeah, I just think if you raise your attack damage, you're overall going to have more damage with the skill. So that's sort of a thing to chew on. Definitely you want plus level of skills. Let's go back in the game here. And I don't think I changed anything else. I did end up getting, no, these boots I had. Yeah, my next goal was for rings, was to do the breach rings with the flat lightning damage. I didn't end up getting lucky yet. Yeah, so let's just talk about a few things. So we already covered melee gems, which I wanted to talk about. The other thing I wanted to talk about was actually Lacerate versus, I'm just going to go over into the HCSSF league because I don't have anything in this one. So the thing about Lacerate, or somebody commented on my last video and said, why don't you try First Blood? Because you actually get more chance to inflict bleed on full health enemies. And I tried it, and it was really good. I think it's good for mapping, but I tried it in Simulacrum, and it was absolutely terrible. Basically, it bricked me because everything wasn't going to be on full life, obviously. I just wanted to see how it would perform. And yeah, like if your enemies aren't on full life, you're never going to inflict bleed is kind of the issue, right? Because you get so much ailment chance, but without First Blood being active, you have like a 0 ailment chance. So I think Lacerate is really just king in that whole retrospect, right? Just because you have that like consistent and constant chance to inflict bleeding. So yeah, I've been doing that. Another thing too is like a lot of people commented on the last video saying that it was actually kind of hard for them to get a Tangletongue. I actually had like 40 something chance orbs. Like once you, like the thing about Tangletongue is like if you're playing the build in the campaign and it's a fresh start, you are subject to just if you get lucky or not. I'm sorry, but it's difficult to play the whole campaign on Rake. You can do it. It's just it takes a little bit of time. But like once you get to maps, you'll start dropping, you know, uniques and chance orbs, and you'll get a ton. So then you can go back to Act 2 and actually farm for Fork Spears to then chance them. So for me, last night I actually had like 40 something chance orbs, and I went back into Act 2. You go to Lost City, which is a level 26 zone, which is the minimum break point for dropping a Tangletongue. And yeah, there's a bunch of like white pots in the area, and when you break them, you have a chance of getting Tangletongue. And you kind of just have to like walk through the zone and find a spot that has like a decent amount of pots. And then also those like little bugs that come out of the walls, they have a really good chance of dropping Fork Spears. And then you just chance them all up, right? So Ronnarrys has a whole video on this. I'll link that in the description. Definitely go check it out if you're wondering how to farm Tangletongue. And yeah, it's definitely easy. I got like over probably 15 of them last night. I actually didn't end up with anything good. I only ended up with a 1924, which I will try to corrupt. Ideally, what I'm trying to do now is anything, you know, 19.5 plus. This one's just the best one I got, so I'm gonna corrupt it anyway. But I want a double socket, 19.5 plus. The thing about the Tangletongue I have obviously is like perfect crit chance, but the flat damage roll is not really like what I want. I want the crit damage bonus. Basically, when I had double socketed crit damage bonus soul cores in my other spear, I was getting like 300% crit damage bonus, which is pretty inexcusable to take rather than flat damage. And tooltip in the game will suggest to you that it's basically the same. Like when I was switching between the spears, it was telling me that, oh, like this Tangletongue with fire damage and lightning damage was the same as the one with crit damage. Now, just the way that crit scaling works, if you're getting an extra 3 times amount of damage, that is overall going to be way more damage. Another thing about anything that you do with your weapon in Path of Exile 2, it's basically if you have these flat elemental damage rolls, any percentage increases to elemental damage are going to scale off of these values, or if you have percent lightning damage, percent fire damage, this is your base damage. So everything from your passive tree to your gear is all going to scale off of these 2 levels. So it's not like you're only getting 1 to 30 lightning damage, it's you're getting 1 to 30 plus all the crit, plus all of the lightning damage that you have, plus elemental damage to attacks, right? So crit damage bonus works the same. So if you have crit damage bonus soul cores on your Tangletongue, for example, you're going to have 24% base critical damage bonus. So all of your increases to critical damage bonus are going to get scaled off of that initial 24% crit damage bonus. That's why a lot of people, when they're using Tangletongue, are going for crit damage bonus in the weapon, because it's a base, kind of like your base crit chance, where all those increases are just going to add up and be super good over time, right? So that's sort of where I'm at. This is really nice, though, because I can cap my crit super easy right now. I'm not worried about that. And then here is the amulet I crafted. So this thing was crazy the other night. Basically, how I started was I was spamming out Alva. So Alva, you can buy amulets from her, and you have, you know, chance at getting, like, plus level to gems. I was hunting for a +3. I finally got it on a magic amulet. I did a couple exalts, and then I fractured +3 melee. And then from then, I chaos spammed, and I hit the life. And then I kept kind of chaos spamming, because I was like, I don't know. And, like, I had a chance at losing the life, but I just did it anyway. And I ended up with all of those prefixes, so I hit, like, flat energy shield, and then also percent energy shield. And then I just kind of stopped. I was like, okay, I can stop and think. And the way I could do it is I could use, so the 2 omens that I had an Omen of Greater Annulment. I just dropped another one of these last night from a Viridian Wildwood. So when this is active, your next Orb of Annulment will remove 2 modifiers. And I had the really rare one where that if you use an annulment, it only removes suffixes. So the way that this amulet works is that one of our suffixes are fractured. So I had 2 garbage suffixes, and I was able to just remove them. I think it was life regen and something else. And then I was able to exalt on dex and crit chance, which are both usable stats. Obviously, I would want something better, but these are both usable stats. So this is a pretty crazy amulet. So pretty pumped about that. I'm using, you know, backup gear everywhere else. My rings are really dog shit right now. This one's okay. I mean, it gives me lightning damage, percent lightning damage, some resistances and stuff. But my boots are bad. Like, it's just 30% MS with some life. My belt's pretty good. Double res, 1 life roll. These gloves, I'm like just struggling on chaos res now. Like, my next thing for the character is really to try and just like drop as many amethyst rings as I possibly can and just like keep reforging them until I get one with chaos resistance. I ended up getting one with like 16 chaos resistance last night, but I tried to recom it and it went poop. It was like a 30% chance. Unlucky. I tried to combine it with like, I think it was like a T5 or T6 lightning damage to attacks. And yeah, so I was just doing the same thing. Like, I would do a bunch of maps, and then I would go to Alva, and I would like spam a bunch of rings, right? So you're trying to get, you know, I wanted Amethyst ring with chaos resistance because you get the double, and then you can also use catalysts to make it even better, right? So yeah, like I really want more chaos res on the character. I think right now it's pretty bad. Like, I'm only at 48. It's okay, it's doable. But yeah, my gloves are carrying me. This ring with 16% is carrying me. And then I could put a couple soul cores, I guess, in, but yeah, I haven't bothered. Backup helmets, it's pretty good, actually. Like, double res int with life and the 2 defense modifiers. Yeah, I don't think there's much else to talk about the gear. I did hit this Sceptre, though, last night. So the whole thing with the Sceptre is, like, I have a ton of these, and I should go over, like, how to get a good one, just because maybe some people are unaware. But basically, with the Sceptre, what we're doing is we're trying to hunt for 2 modifiers. So one is, if I get a Sceptre with 20% Spirit, and then Mana Hybrid, like, if I get that or plus, like, if I get more than 20%, I keep it. And then when I get 50% or plus, I keep that, and then what I do is I recombinate them together. So this one I actually hit, it was like a 7% chance because that hybrid roll is like 30-something%, so it's pretty hard. This one, it's a good one, but like, I don't need that much spirit. I actually perfectly need 176, and I made sure of that. So if I want to use my other setup for cast on critical, I basically added quality, so it's 10% reduced reservation. So now instead of 100 spirit, it only takes 90 spirit. And right now I have combat frenzy allocated where I could put like cast on critical instead. So I would end up with exactly 90 spirit, and that would allow me to use this. So that's why I'm using this one. So 76% increased spirit, I think, is the minimum if you're trying to make a decent scepter. So the reason why I keep juggling my Sceptre is because, yes, we do hit the Spirit mod, yes, we do hit the Hybrid with the Mana mod, but I'm looking for attributes in the suffixes. So I ended up hitting this last night on a recom, failed all of the mods, and then I just chaos spammed it because I have this one already, the 82%. I was like, okay, I'm just going to chaos spam this until I hit an attribute. So I ended up chaosing like 2 or 3 times. I didn't brick the item, and then I hit 33 strength. So this is really good. This enabled me to replace another amulet that I was using. It was actually a really good amulet. It's a gold amulet. This was going to be my amulet until I dropped this one from Alva and then fractured and crafted and whatever. But this was recon that I hit. It was flat life with percentage life. And then I also had the life modifier catalyst to heighten it. So it was, you know, 6%, makes it 7%. It's really good. And then I have rarity. So this gives me 35 rarity. And my plan was to Omen of Whittling those 2 garbage suffixes off. So like the life regenerated and then the mana regenerated rate, I was hoping to get rid of. So yeah, and now since I hit that 33 strength on the Omen Scepter, I was actually able to take this off and put this amulet on, right? So the attributes puzzle is a little bit difficult on the build, but once you sort it out, for the most part, it's not that bad. Now having the Sceptre enables me to free up a lot of strength so that I can, you know, not have to have strength on every other piece of gear. Another thing that's great about this amulet is it gives me 31 dex, and if I really wanted to, I could put on the catalysts for attributes instead of defense modifiers, so I heighten the energy shield modifiers, but you can heighten the attributes instead, get more attributes that way, and then I can drop these gloves, for instance, the 33 dex on there. Basically, I need 205 dexterity as a minimum because of my level 20 skill gems needing 205 dex. So yeah, we're chilling. Like, we could take these gloves off and we would still have enough dex. And yeah, that's basically that. I have a good chest piece here too. This was a backup chest piece. I plan to Omen of Whittling this. I want to get rid of this reduced attribute requirements. And then I don't think I'm going to val it just because I'm a little scared to. I don't have very much. Well, I guess I have some good body armors. Maybe I could anyway, because I have like these Falconer's jackets and stuff that are decent. Yeah, I just thought of this too. Just the thing that I've done differently from the last character is on my jewels. So I lost obviously a lot of really good jewels on the other character, but this time around I've been going for magnitude of ailments as much as I can. And the reason being, so the two mods that we were kind of chasing before were magnitude of ailments you inflict, or it's magnitude of ailments you inflict with critical hits. Now this mod, so 19% magnitude. Now the only thing is that this has a stipulation of damaging ailments, and this was what I was trying to kind of explain in the last video, but I was like confused, so I just sort of breezed through it. But magnitude of ailments means that you will scale shock, so we are still inflicting shock, and that's probably, since I had like a couple jewels like this in my other character, why my shock was at 30%. So yeah, ideally you want this on every single jewel because we're just getting more magnitude of our shock. Or you can go for something like this where I actually have magnitude of shock on. I should probably just swap this one though, and it gave me a little bit of elemental damage, so that's why I was going for it. But yeah, the jewels are pretty rough right now. I'm trying to upgrade them, but yeah, I had like this one left over from last time that I've been doing. I need crit damage bonus for attacks, basically, for every single jewel slot again, so that I can get my crit damage bonus to a decent spot. I think I was at like 1,000 to 1,200% crit damage bonus on my other guys, so I got some work to do with this one. Yeah, but that's pretty much the new character, guys. I'm just going to keep playing. I'm farming like basically a bunch of breach stones. I farmed almost, you know, like 50 breach stones. My logbooks, I farmed a ton. Like basically I got a bunch of lush isles that I'm gonna do like a little testing video once they change it and stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just farming those two things right now. I'm going for XP towers, like XP maps. I just did a ton here. I did some corrupted zone over here that had like 100% increased experience gain, so I was able to like get my character up pretty significantly fast. I think I was getting 500 mil an hour, like just below 90, and I was doing like Untainted Paradises too with like experience gain maps, and then I was doing like breach and expedition maps like in this area with like 60%, because you can get like on two towers you can get 6 tablets, and I was doing 10% increased experience on them, so I was getting 60%. And yeah, like getting like 100% increased experience a map is really fast for leveling, especially this character since the clear is so good. So yeah, 94 already. I'm just gonna keep pushing. Ideally I was kind of like just pushing for 95, and then I'm just gonna like slow burn like I was before. I think 95 is like really when the build like sort of completes with the amount of like skill points and stuff you get. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you guys learned something from my mistakes. And yeah, cheers. Good luck with the build.